Either God here coming to you live and direct with another video. And I'm watching B-Dale right now. I'm watching his video. I haven't finished. I just woke up. And it's 7:58. Gotta go to work in a few. But what he was talking about, he's talking about these so-called black extraterrestrial black people from outer space or outer parts of the earth. He's talking about them coming off these ships, so-called black people. So those it's probably more, I don't know, we have to see, because a lot of people talk about the Palladians, you know, them being white and stuff, or appear as Caucasian or whatever. Let me show you something. But like I said, as far as I think I know, this planet was hot. Basically, it was our heaven, but these beings invaded, created other races for them to sustain their lifestyle, extend their lifestyle, mingling with ours, and that created the imbalance, as far as I know. What I'm trying to pull up is in the movie Space Jam. On the movie Space Jam 2, because Marvin the Martian, he represents the so-called black people who are on those ships. And they landed on Earth. See? And even LeBron is the star of this movie, Space Jam 2. You see what I'm saying? And then look at the colors. Also, Michael Jordan, so-called black person. Space Jam 1. So they put little clues out there, carbon footprints they call them, for you to follow. Carbon is so-called black, melanin or whatever. But it's just sad that every time we bring it up, people think it's about ego and all. You think you're so powerful and all of that. Tell that to the higher beings and see what they say. You know, tell it to them. Don't tell it to the ones that you can control with money and all of that. Use money to manipulate and try to downplay players and stuff like that. You see, they put it right in your face. Marvin the Martian. He don't even have no mouth. He just got a face just to represent every single blackness. And they ain't give him no specific features. They just gave him a mysterious marble head, which to me gives me the implications that this just represents the melanin race, specific type of being. See, this planet was hot, right? And it was so-called our heaven. It was made for us to sustain life easier than other outsiders, right? But these beings came and invaded, and they made it their home, and made it to where they can live, you know, using air conditioning system. Like, think about it, like air conditioning systems are literally, it's a big industry. They make air conditions, they put them in your cars, they put them in your house, refrigerators to freeze things. They use Freon. All of this stuff is big business and all of that, and that's to keep them cool, you know. So basically the sun is our heaven, but it's their hell. So they said, no, we're gonna block the sun and make it our heaven and make it their hell. You see what I'm saying? So that's what they did. I'm finna go back to watching this movie. I mean, not movie, but lecture But I just wanted to show y'all what they were talking about. I seen Brother Sanchez talking about this little symbol right here. He was saying that this symbol is surfacing and Elon got something to do with it. I haven't been watching Brother Sanchez's lectures though to even, you know, basically confirm this or whatever. But let me see, 5 minutes. Right now.
Talking about these black extraterrestrials coming out of a spaceship, right? So, like I said, that's because, you know, when you understand democracy, when you break down the etymology of the word democracy,
now he talking about so-called black extraterrestrials or black so-called black people that look like us, but they've been keeping us from the truth for so long, and that's what they've been trying to do. They've been trying to make sure that these beings do not return, so we will forever know that the so-called white race is the most superior at all costs, and they will kill themselves. They will kill their own kind to even stop us from seeing these beings that are so-called black people on these ships. They might not be like us, but they have the I would say the same features as us or whatever. That's the best way that I can explain it for now. So yeah, I don't even blame them. Like, if you trying to hide something for somebody for so long, wouldn't you stop them from at all costs? So that's what they've been doing, and it just so happened that they cannot stop this time. They were able to stop it previously by, you know, creating cover-ups, and they're still doing it. But it's like Remedy A said, that they're basically trying to hold a beach ball on the water. When you try to hold a beach ball on the water, and you let go of that beach ball gonna go toward the sun with all that pressure you've been holding back on that beach ball when it don't belong in the water. So that's what they've been doing. This awakening was guaranteed to happen. It was inevitable. I don't get why they even still tried though. Because if I know you're going to wake up, why would I even try to put you to sleep? I know you're going to wake up. And then when you wake up, it's going to be times 10 for the anger, the chaos, the revenge. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, they did it on themselves. Shouldn't have did it. So you got to pay. Whether I witness it or not. So these beings return. Ooh, this is a lot of information. I have to pause this and see.
Show you the video here in a second of him talking about that. I know the vast majority of us seen the video of him talking about these black extraterrestrials coming out of a spaceship, right?
So, oh yeah, another thing. My problem is people will never know until they come out the ship. We literally have to see them come out the ship. Nobody's gonna believe they're no type of race if they just stay in the sky. You see what I'm saying? So eventually, I'm sure they will come out the ship, whether we see them or not. But I'm just saying, like, if we want people to wake up, the only way they gonna wake up is if they literally see it for themselves. And I see right here, they say the canceled movie Marvin the Martian. I believe they probably canceled that. If that's real, they probably canceled it because it's too early and they know we're gonna wake up even more probably. So that's why I bet they probably canceled that movie if they had it. Cause I was like, I want to know some background information about Marvin the Martian. Cause I just know that he showed up in Looney Tunes and that's it. But I want to know where he comes from. Like, he just showed up. Like, where his family at? Where his why he by himself? But yet you see all these ships on these videos surfacing on TikTok and stuff like that. They go in groups. And I know it takes more than one person to even fly that ship, because they got that big old ship, these ships in these skies, right? You think that they just gonna have one person on that ship? If they fall asleep or whatever the case, that ship gonna crash or whatever. They gotta have somebody back up. I wonder if they got autopilot. I'm sure they do, because that's where these modern day companies get their autopilot and auto drive ideas from. They stole it from the higher beings because they have access the scrolls, and they're using our bodies to get access to them, but we don't know it. And you know, that's why they constantly use their faces. They constantly use their faces to make us think that we getting all our stuff from them, but they really getting it from us. Extensions, extended forms of us. But at the end of the day, they really didn't evolve. Like, they didn't get better. Like, it's not benefiting us in any way. It's doing more harm than it is doing good. Like, what is autopilot gonna do? What is auto drive gonna do? I mean, you might as well just get everybody auto drive, and then you won't have to worry about nobody crashing or wrecking, and then that'll throw insurance out the window. Because if you want to make it where it ain't no crashes happening, you want to make everything automated and auto drive and all of this, then nobody will be crashing. Then you sure enough won't make no money with your little insurance scam that y'all got us participating in, paying insurance, and then you never get in the wreck, so you been paying all that money for nothing. So you gotta pay the money and hope you get in a wreck so you can get a insurance a case going. But then you gotta, the money that you get, you gonna be using that money on your medical bills. But it's world hell. They create all these type of ways to get us to participate in and keep us here on earth at all costs, because we are literally a infinite battery source for their system. This is the only place that they can exist to be powerful, by having us need them. You know, while I'm here, also, years ago I used to listen to this guy by the name of, let me see, on YouTube. His name used to be Cell Fluid, and it stood for, it was an acronym, but I think he go by Z1. Let me see. He go by this guy right here now. See, Cell Fluid. He still got the little name. See, he changed. He used to make videos on knowledge, like breaking down stuff and stuff like that, but I don't blame him. He stopped doing it. And basically what he was talking about how one day the sun is gonna be flickering. It's gonna be vibrating so high. That's what I remember. I don't know if I'm remembering it right, but if I'm not mistaken, he said the sun was gonna be vibrating so high that it was gonna appear as an explosion. But it's not really an explosion. It's gonna teleport out of this realm. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if he said it exactly like that. But just, you know, hear me out. The sun is gonna be vibrating so high that it's gonna start flickering, like as if it's powering off to power back on, aka the reset, where Thanos snapped his hands and there was a reset. But you gotta think, a lot of these things, they speak in metaphors, they don't mean it literally and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that these beings are trying to copy the reset of the sun. Since the solar system, since we about to reset, they need a reset. And they always trying to take credit for something that they have nothing to do with. And like I said before, y'all said that this day would never come, or this time will never come, that this system ends, and one day it will end, whether you witness it or not. But they trying to shut down different things, shut down the airlines. That's the one flicker. Shut down the banks. That's another flicker. You see what I'm saying? You see the correlation. That's how I'm seeing it. This is my viewpoint. They try to copy everything that nature does. Sun flicker, 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 flicker. Shut down the pilot on the FAA. Shut down. Banks shut down. Food system shut down. Those are the flickers. And then they're going to power right back up. Oop, we're going to give y'all a new plane system. We're going to give y'all new cars. We're going to give y'all new money. We're going to give y'all reparations to clear out our karmic debt that we that we accumulated. We killed all y'all people to even be in this position, and now it is falling. The more people wake up, yeah, I'm glad about it, but you know, I just wish it could be faster. Maybe it will be faster. Maybe it'll be faster than I think. Like, maybe people will be awakened in the snap of a finger, like Thanos. You know, maybe that was the hidden gem. We don't know. But that's what I want to talk about. Secret space program. See, they talking about space and stuff like that, moving folks to Mars. To me, Mars, I don't think Mars is up. I don't think Mars is in the upper region of the planet, wherever this planet is. I think Mars is more so outward, going left. See, this is Earth. Mars is going that way. I mean, Mars is either going that way or that way. It's not going up. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. And if they do go up, why would they go up when the sun is toward that direction? So I don't know. Just sharing my thoughts. That's it. Hopefully my taxes. What's the day? The 20th. Today is Friday. I wonder what I'm gonna eat today. Might buy a Subway. Then I'm really not trying to spend no money like that. Or I might buy a mushroom pizza. I will have to decide today. But yeah, man, it's just a lot. It's a lot to take in. And it's kind of crazy that we gotta catch up. So it's basically like Neo. Neo was approached by Morpheus. Morpheus was the messenger, but some people say he was the agent as well, because he made Neo choose blue or red. That's the agent that makes you choose. They would make the so-called black person make you choose, make them choose. But then again, they said Will Smith was supposed to be Neo, the so-called black man, which they keep playing with. I keep telling y'all, they keep using us for everything. Everything. It's like we the star of the movie. But it ain't too fun when the rabbit got the gun. And they got lasers, it's a laser gun, energy. Ain't no bullets. All energy. But yeah, they made sure that they reset, like Michael Jackson being one of, you know, they bleached his skin crazy, changed his nose shape. Also, they even gave Martin Luther King, I know y'all seen that video. And then if you think about it, like, I heard Martin Luther King was a agent. Let me see. I heard Martin Luther King was an agent used. I don't know if he knew that he was used. I don't know if he knew, he was aware that he was used. But notice, okay. Now, this Martin Luther King statue that they claim it is, they had the nerve to not give so-called Martin Luther King a face, because they don't want to, I believe they don't want to know that he was so-called black. You know, they want us to forget. And then I also think it's pedophilic. If you look at it, it looks like, you know what? From when you turn a different angle, this picture that they showing us, they're making it perverted to children. Subconsciously, I believe. So when children look at this, who is Martin Luther King, mommy? They're going to look at that statue and they're going to see that. Do you see what I'm saying? This is not good for children to be looking at, because, you know, children are pure for one. They ask questions, they speak truth, and ain't nothing gonna hold them back unless the parent say, don't say that. Kind of remind me of this perverted movie that they came out. I ain't even finished watching it. I started watching it years ago. Like the movie Sausage Party. A perverted food movie. So probably need to go back and rewatch it. But I was just making a point. They gave Martin Luther King a statue. Oh yeah, like I was saying, I don't know if he knew that he was an agent. He was used. But notice Martin Luther King didn't talk nothing about. He didn't talk about genetics. He didn't talk about no spirituality, as far as I know. So all I know is that he played a role in their matrix. He played a role into bringing all races together. And here we are. You know, so, and this is what happened. Also, if you look at this right here, look at this right there. It's called Embrace. It's supposed to represent embrace. And I wonder why they made this statue. You got to think, because they didn't just make this in one day. They had to plan for it. They had to get people to make it. I wonder what the workers were thinking while they were making this. Did they care? Did they care? No, I'm going to put it side by side. Now, this is a long video, y'all. I'm gonna have to hang up. In this video in a minute. Now tell me, this doesn't look like Meta. Tell me that doesn't look like the Meta logo. It looked like some arms, hugging each other. They trying to introduce us to the Meta. Yeah, they embracing. They're embracing this fall. They're embracing this collapse of the government. So I think I just figured something out, y'all. This Martin Luther King crap is the metaverse. The introduction of the metaverse. But they doing it little by little at a time. They gotta shut things down in order to power back up. They gotta prime our minds to be ready for it. See what I'm saying? Like they did everything else. Like my homeboy, I'm about to end the video, but like my homeboy said, he said slavery didn't work at first. Something like that. He said we thought slavery wouldn't work, but it did. And I was like, damn. That was a Mike Tyson punch to the gut, to the brain, to the mind when he said that. Because they can, just because it won't work then don't mean it won't work later. And lo and behold, it literally worked. But yeah, thank y'all for listening up until this point in the video. Stay awake. Keep awakening. Don't just stop. Keep going. Because we're on a journey. And this journey has no final destination. All I gotta say is F the system, and I hope it doesn't continue. Either God signing out. Peace.